Hello, Samson here. So in today's book review, I am not going to review a book that I read this week. I was reading The Way of the Superior Man, that is by David Dada. Some of you guys who read the book know that the book is awesome. It's legendary, but I'm not going to go into that one. Instead, there is a book that has been at heart. A book I read last year, Maximum Achievement by Brian Tracy. And I thought there are some insights in the book which might be very helpful if I was to review the book and to share. So, right straight into it, I'm going to look at 4 things, literally, which I found in the book which are interesting, I think, to bring out. So, the first segment of what I'm going to share is the 7 ingredients of success. And then the second segment is going to be about the 7 laws of mental mastery. And then we're going to talk about goals, setting goals, and then the principles of setting goals and the system, a 12-way system of setting goals. So right into it. The 7 ingredients of success. Number 1, peace of mind. Brian Tracy says if there are people or anything that is depleting you of your peace of mind, cut it off. If it's people, cut them off. And everything that is just not giving you peace of mind, cut it off. Number 2 is health and energy. So you need energy and you need to be in good health for you to be able to function about and do everything that you need at the end of the day. So this is something that is so important. Working out and diet is what can really help you to be in health at almost all times. And then loving relationships is number 3, which he brings out as an ingredient. So it might be in a marriage setup, it might be in a relationship with someone, and even amongst your friends, best friends, and other people. So loving relationships are an ingredient, literally, to your success. And then number 4 is financial freedom. Money is something that affects all of us. The love of money is the root of all evil, as put in the Bible. And then Brian Tracy says, but the lack of money is also a root of some evil. The common denominator here is the fact that there is supposed to be money that's needed in order to push our day-to-day activities. And then number 5, as an ingredient, is worthwhile goals and ideals. Success, according to Earl Nightingale, is defined as the progressive realization of worthy ideals and goals. So the fact that that is a definition, it simply means when you're progressively realizing your worthy ideals and goals, then definitely you're someone who's becoming successful. Number 6 is self-awareness and self-knowledge. So the fact that you've got knowledge of yourself, right? And the fact that you're aware of yourself, you're definitely going to demand a lot of what you have hidden in you. That is the potential and the abilities that you have in you, which are supposed to be presented to the world. And then the 7th ingredient is personal fulfillment. So the feeling that you get knowing that you're actually becoming a person you have always wanted to be, actualization actually is something that is very, very, very important, and it pushes you, I think, to move forward. The second segment I said I'm going to talk about is the 7 laws of mental mastery. So everything is basically under law. We're working under law, and all nature in life is guided by laws. So law number 1 of mental mastery is self-control. So he says you are so much fulfilled in your life to an extent, to a degree at which you feel you are in control. So in order to be in control, in order to control your life, the first thing that you're supposed to control is your thoughts. When you take control of your thought life, then you've taken control of your whole life. The second law is the law of cause and effect. One of the laws I talked about in the Kybalion from last week's segment. Yeah, so the law of cause and effect, every law has an effect and every effect has its own cause. The law of belief. So whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality. So whatever you believe becomes your reality as long as there is an intensity of feeling in it. And then law number 4 is the law of expectation. So whatever you expect will with confidence becomes your self-actualizing prophecy. So whatever you believe, whatever you expect with the confidence becomes your self-actualizing prophecy. And this is actually very true. And then the fifth law is the law of attraction. Whatever is going on upstairs in your mind is what is going to be manifested out, is whatever you're going to be attracted to. Have you ever wondered that there just is a certain type of people that you tend to attract in your life, and then there are certain types of people you tend to repel in your life? It all is a result of what you have in your mind, and different things are attracted to you just simply because of what's going on in your mind. And then law number 6 is the law of correspondence. Again, in the Kybalion, you find the law of correspondence saying, as above, so is below. And then Brian Tracy says, as within, so is without. So whatever we see manifesting out of you is simply a reflection of whatever is within you. As within, is without. And then the last law is the law of mental equilibrium. So the mind, your thoughts, and the objectivity of them all. So it's actually your mind just being at this rate of equilibrium. Yeah, and then in the third segment, the third thing I want to talk about is goals. It is something that I feel a lot of people tend to struggle with, especially when I talk to different acquaintances that I have finding out about goals and whatnot. I find myself being in an uncomfortable conversation with such people. But anyway, this is something that's supposed to be discussed if our lives are to move on forward. So goal setting principles, there are like 5 goal setting principles Brian Tracy puts forward. The first principle is the principle of congruency. Your goals have to be congruent, right? That simply means they're supposed to be in sync with whatever you are, whatever is within you, whatever is connected to you, and all that. Everything has to be congruent. The second principle of goal setting is you look into your areas of excellency. What are you very good at? What is it that you really love doing? Just focus on that thing, and it should be able to give you something at the end of the day. And then the third principle is Acres of Diamond. In Acres of Diamond, I think if you guys checked out the review, there is a man in a book who was described to have had this land, of which he was thinking, okay, I need acres of diamond. I just need to mine diamond, minus exploring what he had within. So he sold the land and went somewhere else in order to find diamond. But he realized then that the land that he had actually had diamonds. And then it was exploited by some other investors who had bought his land. So the moral behind is the fact that wherever you are, whatever is within you, just mine through. You've got acres of diamond in you. Yeah, and then number 4, the principle of setting goals is balance. So just a moment on balance. Setting up your goals has to do with about 7 aspects of your life. Your life has to be balanced in 7 aspects, which Brian Tracy brings up to say you're supposed to have your family and personal goals. They include everything that has to do with you and your family. You've got physical and healthy goals. We talked about working out, eating healthy and whatnot. So those come under physical and health goals. We're talking about mental and intellectual goals, which is the third area in which you're supposed to have your goals balanced. So mental and healthy goals, how mentally health do you want to be? How much of a nerd or an intellectual do you want to be? What is it that you want to read? What type of associations do you have that actually help your mental well-being, right? These are things which you're supposed to look at when you're setting your goals. Personal development goals, actually number 4. What type of associations do you have? Which type of people do you want to meet? Who do you want to be like? What type of associations do you want to find yourself involved with? So those are the types of personal development goals that you need to have. What is the weight of your body that you want to have when you look at your physical and healthy goals, which is interconnected with your personal development goals? What is everything that has to do with your personal development, right? In terms of your intellect, your health, and everything. And then looking at your career and work goals. What is it that you want to do in your career? What is it that you want to contribute when it comes to your work? And then the sixth balance of goal setting is simply your financial goals, something that we're constantly chasing on a daily basis. You're waking up to go to work. From work, you're looking at how much have you made today, how much do you want to make tomorrow, constantly thinking about money. So we need to constantly have our financial goals in place. How much do you want to make in a year? How much do you want to make in a month? And everything that is connected to that. At the end of the day, without a plan, without a goal, you're not going to really achieve those things because there is no goal in the first place. And then the last thing is your spiritual goals. How much time do you have to yourself? How often do you introspect? How much in sync are you with you when it comes to solitude? Spirituality and religion are two different things which I don't want to discuss right now, but when it comes to spirituality, it has to do with you being in sync with your source, being in sync with your purpose. So what is it that you do about your spiritual well-being and all? And then the fifth principle of goal setting, right after balance, and the 7 principles you've looked at, is you're supposed to determine your purpose. A lot of stuff have been written about purpose. Others say discover your purpose, others say create your purpose, others say find your purpose. Whatever you want to do about purpose, just live in your purpose. Yeah. And then in the last segment of book reviews, of today's book review, so the fourth segment I was going to talk about goals. These are the rules to setting goals and the 12-step principle that can actually help us to achieve goals, right? So the rules are: 1, harmony. So your goals are supposed to be harmonious. We talked about congruency, they're interconnected. Number 2, we're talking about your goals being challenging, right? It's pointless to have goals which do not challenge you. Anything that doesn't challenge you doesn't help you grow in any way. So they're supposed to be challenging enough in order to help you become all you need to become. They're supposed to be tangible, intangible, qualitative, and quantitative. Can we feel your goals? Can we touch your goals? Can't we measure your goals? Can we measure your goals? All those factors are supposed to be part of the rules when it comes to goal setting. And then a 12-step principle of setting your goals, you're supposed to have desire. That is the first step. Then you're supposed to have belief in yourself. If you do not believe in you, we are not going to believe in you whatsoever. Number 3 is the principle of writing down, the step of writing down. Get yourself a journal. I'm someone who always has, I think, journals. I got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many journals I have and how many diaries, but yeah, I keep jotting down stuff on a constant basis, I guess. Yeah, so just find yourself a journal. Write down the things that you want to achieve and all that. So it is a principle that actually helps your subconscious mind to be in sync with whatever you're doing when you tend to write down your goals. So get yourself a journal, get yourself a diary, find somewhere to write your goals down. People do not really write down goals because of different reasons. Yeah, but if you're serious about it, then jot them down. Number 4 is determine how you're going to benefit from achieving the goals. What is it that is in for you when you achieve your goals, right? And then number 5 is you're supposed to analyze your strategy and your plan. Someone says the goal is a goal, but plans definitely change from time to time, and I totally agree with that. So the thing is, you've got these goals that you've set up, you've written them down, then just work around the plan. How are you going to get to that goal that you've set for yourself? And then set a deadline. That is number 6. Set a deadline. It's going to push you to be working in time and with time, living in the moment and pushing towards something that you want to achieve at the end of the day. And then the 7th thing is you're supposed to identify some obstacles which you're going to face. Something uncomfortable, quite right, but very true. Identify some of the obstacles that you might find let's say it's, I don't know, some of your relationship goals, family and personal goals that you have, like how is maybe my partner going to be an obstacle for me to get to where I want to get? So look, factor, or the obstacles that you might perceive you can encounter when striving towards the achievement of your goals. And then number 8 is identify what you need to do in order to overcome the obstacles you've identified. Number 9 is identify people who are going to help you. In one or another, all we have is each other. Basically, people are who are going to help you achieve your goals. Basically, push for that. And then number 10 is make a plan, as already stated, and stick to your plan. Follow it. Number 11, what do? You utilize the plan that you've made. And number 12, you persist. It's going to be tough. It's going to be rough. It's not going to be all smooth. It's not going to be as you thought about in your mind. But then it's all worth it, I guess. Before I check out, the last thing that I want to discuss is why people don't set up goals. Yeah, so just insights on why people don't set up goals. I came across some reasons, like one, if you don't set up your goal, you don't write down your goals, you're not serious enough for something that you want to do. And then another reason people don't set up do not set goals is simply because they've not accepted responsibility of their lives. So you've not accepted responsibility for your life, and you're not going to set any goals. Life is just going to be driving you as it desires. And then the other thing is the deep-seated feeling in you of guilt and unworthiness. So when you feel you're guilty and you're not worthy of achieving those goals, then definitely there is no point of you writing down and following and pursuing your dreams. And then number 4 is you don't realize the importance of setting goals and writing down goals. Just doesn't cross your mind. There is no need for you to set up goals. Why should you set up goals if you don't realize the importance? Yeah. But number 5 is you don't know how to. I think I've given steps on how to set up goals and some areas to focus on in setting up goals. So now you know. Number 6 is the fear of rejection. It's obvious. People are going to reject you. You're going to lose some friends. You're going to lose some acquaintances. You're going to lose even family, I think, at times. And you want to pursue something that is going to really help you. You might lose even family. But if your goals are something that really matter to you, then you're going to go for them regardless. And then the last one is the fear of failure. But there is no success without failure. Therefore, constantly pursue that which you desire so much. So this was maximum achievement and some principles. Till we meet in the next segment. Checking out.